Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/idontworkherelady, where people tell us their craziest stories on when they got mistaken for being an employee at somewhere they didn't work. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax and enjoy some Reddit stories. A bit of I don't work here and pro-revenge maybe. So let's start this off by explaining what I do for work. First of all, I work for a school district doing IT. Given the nature of how the job works, I could be doing anything from running wires to cutting metal and all sorts of different types of work. When I'm doing things that would be a bit more dirty, I will wear normal clothes. This is not too different from what I would normally wear, minus a t-shirt instead of a golf type shirt. So, I'm at Home Depot wearing a pair of tan cargo pants, hiking shoes, and a red t-shirt that says Coca-Cola on the front, as well as my old beat up hat, and a pair of sunglasses on my hat cause I was inside. So I'm looking around for some things to do a job in the afternoon and an old lady asked me for help. I gladly help her to get something off a higher shelf, as well as answered a few questions for her because I just knew more about construction than she did obviously. Really, she just wanted to know some best ways to mount some pictures that were a bit more heavy, so I directed her to some proper mounting materials and explained the best way to mount the hangers. Nothing special. So I walked down the aisle because I needed to be in the hardware aisle anyway, looking for some stuff. As I'm crouched down, I have some other things in my hand and I'm taking things out and putting them back as I look for the proper hardware. It's not like what I'm doing has any sort of a set way of doing it, so I'm just trying to go off the flying figure out of what would work best for what I want to accomplish. Another lady walks up and right off the bat, really rudely, starts demanding that I help her. Keep in mind, I in no way look like I work at Home Depot. Me, EB the rude lady, and MG the manager. It's about time I found someone. I need help. I ignore her since it clearly doesn't sound like she's talking to me. The rude lady then grabs my shoulder and pulls me back as I'm crouched down, causing me to fall back. What the hell, lady? That is no way to talk to a customer. I should report you to the manager for ignoring me and swearing at me. That would be great if I worked here. Go away. You obviously work here. Go get a ladder and... No thanks, I'm good. I'm going to go get me loud enough for those around to hear. No, I will not go to your car and make out with you. I'm not even all that angry, annoyed maybe, but I get joy in making people like this uncomfortable. The rude lady, now stammering, I didn't, that's not. The manager sees the commotion and walks up. She starts screaming at how unprofessional I am and so forth. I know the manager. We have bought each other drinks at the local VFW. He knows I don't work there. He helped this old woman and now won't help me. The manager cuts her off. Ma'am, you are hereby banned from this store. Leave now or you will be escorted by force by an officer. The rude lady refuses to leave and, as promised, is booted from the store by cops. Fast forward to yesterday, hence this post now. Again, I work in a school district. All substitutes must come to me to get a temp key FOB to get in and out of the building. In she walks into my office. She immediately goes off screaming at me. I seriously don't even recognize her at first. Then it hits me. I put on a nice big grin and act all nicely to her. I let her know that I have to call the office to confirm her placement. The office hears the screaming over the phone and I quietly and quickly explain. 2 minutes later, the resource officer rolls up, sees what's going on and escorts her off the property. She has been removed from the list that's pulled from, so she can no longer substitute in our district after going into more detail of the situation with my boss and superintendent. He also plans on calling a few other districts to warn them. I'm sure it's for the best. She couldn't be all that mentally stable. Jeez, yeah, I mean, he probably did save some children from being like shouted at. I would have hated a substitute teacher like that. Imagine, just screaming at you for no reason. You don't work here? A few years ago, I worked for a rental company where the uniform consists of either red, white, or blue polo shirt, and khakis. So, being that I worked for about a decade, I think I developed resting retail face. I found myself in situations where I'm wearing the red polo in Target or the blue polo in Walmart and would be asked to help. One day, a coworker and I, both wearing blue polos, stroll into Walmart for one reason or another. She tells me that she'll go get whatever we are looking for and she would be quick. I decide to stay towards the entrance next to electronics. I'm standing there, minding my business, when my radar pings and I see my client. He isn't looking at me or trying to get my attention, but I know it's coming, and sure enough, a few seconds later, he comes up to me with 2 copies of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. 1 Blu-ray and 1 DVD. Excuse me, could you tell me why there is a difference in price between both of these? Normally, I would say I don't work here and walk away, but I was bored and had time to kill, so why not? Well sir, one of these is Blu-ray version and the other is a standard DVD. Which one has the better picture? Definitely the Blu-ray, but you have to have a Blu-ray player as well as a high-definition TV to be able to get the best picture. This was during the time that technology was fairly new and being sent to the masses. He starts asking more technical questions, and I'm answering them all when, suddenly, he takes a real good look at what I'm wearing. You don't work here. No. Then why did you help me? You looked lost, and it seemed like you needed some help. At this moment, my coworker returns, the customer and I have a quick chuckle, and I leave. It's such a wholesome story, but it's so sad at the same time, because the guy was like, then why did you help me? So he obviously expects to just not be helped by a random person. Like, people don't help each other anymore. It's quite sad, but it was kind of wholesome that they had a laugh at the end. I want a manager. I want a manager. Background. I rent a small office space that is connected to a much larger consignment and antique store. My business has no relationship with the larger store and has its own entrance from the front sidewalk. Due to the size of the space, I do not have my own break room or restroom, and I use the store's employee area. At the rear of my space, there is a door that opens into the hallway leading to the employee area. This hallway is visible from the front desk/checkout counter, and thus our story starts. This I don't work here lady happened last Tuesday. It was lunchtime, and I opened the rear hallway door and was headed to the employee break room when I heard a woman ranting about the sales associate at the front desk. Me, SM store manager, SA sales associate, and CK crazy Karen. I demand to speak with the manager now. My manager is out at lunch right now and will be back in a few minutes. She then saw me in the hallway and pointed at me. You! I need you over here now! I'm sorry, I don't work here. I rent the space next door. BS! You just don't want to deal with customers. Now get over here and do your job. I really don't work here, sorry. I paused in the hallway to watch as this was getting good. It was at this point the store manager returned and approached Karen at the counter. Ma'am, I can help you. I am the store manager. Crazy Karen looked her up and down and yelled, I want a manager. Man-a-ger. Making it a point to emphasize the word man. Ma'am, I can assure you I am the store manager and can help you. BS! I can see your man-a-ger over there, pointing at me. And I want him. I want a manager. I want a man-a-ger. Ma'am, I am the store manager and the only one who can help you. If you continue to raise a disturbance, I will insist you leave." At this point, Crazy Karen threw her hands in the air and walked around the counter and proceeded towards me in the hallway. "You are a man and must be the manager, and I demand you help me." "I have already told you that I don't work here and I rent the space next door. I am just back here to use the break room as I don't have one in my office space." "BS, BS, BS. Why the hell are you wearing a suit then? Why? If you are not the manager, then why are you dressed as one? Why?" "I am done with you. The store manager has offered to help you, and you are too dense to listen. Listen to my words carefully. I don't work here." This just set off Crazy Karen more, and she proceeded to scream more obscenities and ranted as she stormed about how she was going to tell everyone she knew to never shop at this store. After she was gone, I asked the sales associate what that was all about. Apparently, the woman was interested in a dining room table that only had 6 matching chairs, and she needed 8. The table was on consignment, and the sales associate was explaining that they did not have any more, nor could they order them as they don't know who the manufacturer was, or even if the manufacturer was still in business. She had the names of a couple of local carpenters who could make similar chairs, but they would likely not match 100%. This, apparently, was not an acceptable answer. "You must be a manager because I'm sexist and I think only managers can be men. Thanks, Karen." In a store with a baby stroller carrying my 5-month-old nephew. Miss, hello miss, do you sell summer hats for adults?" I don't work here." "You look like you work here." "Was it the baby carrying stroller that gave me away?" I said jokingly. "You don't have to be rude about it." "Ah yes, Karen, we don't have to be the rude ones. Nice one." Karen in the wild. I'll help you if you help me. This happened over the weekend and I'm still tickled over it. I'm at the local supermarket and I'm browsing through the towel section, since some of the ones at home are currently old and stanky. My wife was off with the cart looking at totes a few aisles down and left me to my own devices. I'm holding a few towels that meet my soft and squishy requirements, and had just finished putting one up that didn't make the cut. I was moving to find the wife when I heard an "Excuse me?" No, I am currently wearing a graphic tee depicting Deadpool riding a Unikitty under a rainbow. Very, very obviously not work uniform. I turn and spot what must be a Karen in the wild, tuttering toward me with her half-full cart, and inwardly cringe just a little as my social anxiety really doesn't want me dealing with any awkwardness. "Can you show me where this company's baby formulas are? Do you carry that here?" Me, knowing full well this is now a case of "I don't work here, lady," and what happens when you call a Karen out on their wrongness. Well, I'm not really sure. I think the infant section is over there? I gesture toward the general area. I've been to the store enough times to know a basic layout of most apartments. The Karen in the wild, actually standing on her tiptoes and looking back where my hand was gesturing, like, was she actually hoping to see over the aisle racks? Well, can you show me please? Me, cringing further as I quickly saw how this was going to devolve, suddenly get a spur of the moment idea. Well, I'd be happy to, but I'll ask that you help me find where the wishy-washy windshield wipes are in return, because I'm having the darndest time finding them. I don't often see people's minds resetting in action, but I swear I could hear a click in her brain as she stopped to actually truly assess who I was and that no, I wasn't really an employee. The Karen in the wild actually laughed. Holy crap. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. It's just you with those towels and putting them away. Sorry. I mean, I have no idea how you'd mistake a graphic tee and jeans as a uniform, but okay, Mistakes happen. I flash her a smile and say, "That's quite alright. Still want to trade?" She declined. Oh, and here's a picture of the graphic tee on screen right now. Just if you were curious. What is it with these wholesome posts? I'm actually loving it right now. It's just wholesome post after wholesome post. No shouting. Well, there was a bit of shouting, but less shouting than normal for this subreddit. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now, or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.